Hello everybody, welcome to Binah Tarot. This is Milagros and I'm going to be doing the February love forecasts for each one of the 12 zodiac signs. By the end of the video I will be explaining the guidelines to participate in the St. Valentine's contest, as well as a new promo I will be offering during the month of February. Let's begin. This month I'm going to be using two different tarot decks since it's the month of St. Valentine's. And the first one is a Lover's Path Tarot deck by Kris, Waldherr, and this is going to be for the Celtic Cross. And the second one is the Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette, Baron-Reid, and it is going to be for the advice card. Sagittarius, this is your love tarot scope for the month of February, and the first card we have is the Justice card that we have in the center, and it speaks about a time in which we have or we want to get to fair decisions. We want to find some sort of balance in between what we want in our lives, and that is the main focus for this month for you, Sagittarius. You will want to be fair to yourself, you want to be fair to others, you want to measure up the decisions that you have been trying to make, come to terms with that decisions. Try to judge your past, try to judge probably yourself or the circumstances according to how the things have been working in your life. It is like trying to sum up everything during this month and dedicating plenty of time, or at least a decent amount of time, to the activities that you want to do, to yourself, to your partner. It feels almost like being rational. It feels almost like trying to find that balance, that equilibrium, because that is what the Justice card speaks about as well. Like trying to find a balance of powers. We have this crossed by the Prince of Staves, and the Prince of Staves is the person that has a strong will to do as he pleases, as he wishes to do, guided by impulse. So you might be feeling guided by impulse in order to get to these decisions, and it is kind of a challenge. Like you are challenged because you want to keep a cool mind in order to keep the things going, to keep the flow, but at the same time you have to fight against yourself, against the part of yourself that wants to be impulsive, against the part of yourself that wants to just go on with whatever idea you have in mind or with whatever initiative you have in mind. We have the Power card in the top of the reading, and the Power card speaks about trying to be in control. So there is a part of you that wants, especially during this month, you're planning to be in control. You're planning to regain the control of your life. You're planning to, as I was telling before, be more rational, maybe a little bit more firm in regards to what you were doing. Because what we see in the past is the Six of Cups. So there might have been an encounter with somebody from your past, with an ex-partner, or something that connects you. This card is something that connects you to your past, and it is in the past position. And it feels almost as if this feeling kind of brought back some good things to you. But at the same time, it is quite related to a situation that is, or that has already been really heavy for you to deal with. As we can see with the Ten of Staves on the bottom of the reading, and this card speaks about that burden that sometimes you have to deal with, or the burden that a past relationship has left on you. Like maybe part of you wants to go back to that episode, maybe part of you wants to go back to that person, but at the same time you know deep inside of yourself that this situation happened in this specific way. And it made you feel really tired, and it made you feel like almost as if your integrity was compromised. Well, this might be related to how this situation or this person makes you feel, but it can also mean that right now you're in a point in your life where you have too many responsibilities to handle, too many things to think of at the same time, and you're feeling that a little bit restless, a little bit tired. So maybe you do not have the vital strength, the force to boost yourself and dedicate more time to this, or give away the control, give up control. It is also about giving up control, because that is the theme of this month, like trying to regain that control over your life, trying to be a little bit more firm, trying to be a little bit more fair. It can be that you feel that the situation or the life with you has not been fair so far, and that one of the reasons has been that sometimes you have been misguided or misled by your own impulse. So what we have in the current moment is the Ace of Staves, and the Ace of Staves has to do with initiative. So in a way it has, it's partly included in the Emperor card, but this has more fire to it, and you are fire sign. So you are quite passion driven, and although passion can sometimes be a problem to you, and it can sometimes play against you, in this case it is also part of yourself, and it feels almost as if you want to end, or to let that situation that has been in your past die, let that burden go away, and just focus on making some new beginnings. And that is the current moment. Right now you are focusing on doing a new beginning in this relationship, a new beginning after a relationship that has ended, a new beginning into some other creative side or project that you are having currently in your life. And you want to direct your energy, you want to give some sort of direction to your energy. So that's mainly what this card is trying to tell you, that you do not want to be all over the place, you do not want to waste energy, you do not want to waste time, and whatever you do during this month, you want it to be directed towards an objective. So as for the surroundings or the other person, we have the Five of Staves that speaks about conflict. So there is a conflict. This person might be conflicted, this person might be confused, you might be in the middle of a fight with this person, or a fight might arise with this person because you will have different points of view on different situations. It can be something that has happened in the past already, but it is like a repetitive pattern that keeps coming up. This might also mean that there is competition. Like this card also speaks about competition. It speaks about maybe feeling like you have to compete with somebody else to get to this person, or if you feel that there is somebody else in the picture, or maybe this person is very jealous and feels that she or he is in competition to get to you. But it is more, I mean, the energy is scattered in a way. That is how it feels. That the energy is with the other side or with the other person. There is some sort of misunderstanding, like lots of fire energy, lots of chemistry, but also lots of misunderstandings, and also it might also represent fights and even hurtful words, attitudes in which you are being defensive and then you're attacking, and the other person might be just doing precisely the same. And there is what I feel is that right now there is some sort of disagreement. There is no agreement, so that's why you want to regain control, to make the things that you want to stand for prevail. Now, in regards to the unexpected, we have the Princess of Arrows, and this can mean that the other person in your life is somebody from an air sign, or from Venus on an air sign, but it also means that there is going to be, again, this can have to do with discussions, with exchange of words, with somebody who doesn't measure up very well the words that are being said. So you might end up saying things that you don't really mean, or you might end up being a little bit too ruthless, or the other person might end up doing that. But there will be some problem with communication, there will be an inconvenience, there will be a moment in which because you will both want to stand your ground, you will both want to demonstrate that you are right, then some things, some words, some information will be exchanged, and this can trigger further fights, but it can also trigger the clarification of the things. Maybe just saying the things straightforward is the right thing or the right approach to take. Just have in mind that if you want to get your message across to the other person, it's positive that you do it, but it's very important to know how you are doing it, in what way you are doing it, and how the other person might take it, and how it can affect your relation with this person. Even if it's somebody from the past, how can it affect, or how will it affect your energy? In regards to the future card, we have the Three of Cups. And the Three of Cups has to do with party, with something light, with something casual, with flirting with more than one person. So whether it is you, if you have been in a relationship and you're maybe trying to move on from that, it is quite possible that you're just going to let yourself hang out with other people and spend time with other people, with friends, maybe getting to know somebody else, maybe getting to date somebody else. It can also mean that you're going to have an opportunity to go out with this person and maybe just try to cool down the things, to speak a little bit in a more lighter mood, without all the burden of the fights and the past and the things that are a little bit tense, maybe just trying to reconnect in a way. But it's a card that speaks about very light energy, about celebration of some sort. Now, as for the outcome of the reading, we have the King of Cups. And the King of Cups speaks about somebody who has to, in some way, accept his feelings. Like, it is a card that speaks about somebody who is emotionally mature. But in this specific deck, we can see that he's not precisely happy. It is like he's looking to the left, looking at the past and feeling almost guilty for the things that he or she is feeling. So I feel that although you will try to keep a balance during this month, try to cool down towards the end of February, there is still some sort of impression that I get that towards the end of the month you're going to feel a little bit guilty for the feelings that you're having. Maybe a little bit guilty because you will see that your person will not precisely reciprocate in the way that you want. Maybe a little bit guilty just because you don't know exactly how to process these feelings or if it's worth fighting for them or not. But it almost feels as if getting in touch with your feelings, it's going to make you feel a little bit nostalgic, and it's going to make you think again and again what you want to do in regards to this situation. But it's most of all about acceptance of feelings. Now, as for the advice card, we have the TikTok card that speaks about the clock, and this speaks about divine timing. So this card tells you to keep in mind that sometimes it is not your fault, sometimes it is not the other person's fault, but it is just a timing matter. Sometimes the people is correct, sometimes the feelings are perfect and they are correct and they are intense and there is love and there is many other things, but it doesn't always mean that the time is going to be correct or the timing is going to be appropriate for both of you. It might be that you're going through two very different stages in your life. And sometimes it just takes some patience until you can tune or synchronize with that energy and with that timing of the other person. But sometimes it is required to let the matters or this specific matter and put it to rest so that maybe you can revisit in a later time, or maybe you can just take whatever you have learned from this and move on with something new. But it's important to stop punishing yourself for the things not working, or punishing somebody else for the results of the things that are not working precisely how you expect them. Have in mind that sometimes the circumstances are a little bit bigger than us, and all we can do is adapt to them and wait and give a chance to life to show us why these things and these patterns have been happening in specific ways. Please bear in mind that this is just a general reading, and if you want more information, you can always check your ascendant, moon sign, and Venus. If you want to book a private reading, you can do it through the links that I am going to be leaving down below, through my Facebook page or through my website. I'm going to be launching a new promo for the month of February into relationship readings, and the price is going to be for a half-an-hour reading price. Instead of $35, it is going to be $29. It's quite similar to this month, but it is going to be especially into relationship readings. I am also linking my normal rate readings of half an hour, 60 minutes, and the therapeutic reading that I am also offering. This month I am going to be launching a new contest, and it is a St. Valentine's contest that is going to be again to look into relationships. I am going to be leaving the post that you have to share through Facebook down below, and besides sharing this post in public so that I can see who has shared it, the only requirement is to like this video and to subscribe to my channel and to like me on Facebook. Thank you very much for watching, for sharing, for subscribing, for your comments and the support I have been receiving since I began this channel. I wish you all a very, very happy month of February. Happy St. Valentine's Day to everybody, and see you all next month. Bye bye.